Good Monday evening to everyone. Hope you're doing well. Hope your Monday went well. We are at Yankee Stadium for game number 51 of the Demolition League. And the matchup in this ball game is going to be the 5-5 San Diego Padres against the 4-6 New York Mets. Matt Waldron is on the mound for San Diego against Marcus Stroman for the Yankees. Got the lineups all set up. Looking at the ballpark effects for Yankee Stadium. Singles are 1 to 3, both left and rights, but home runs, that's where it picks up. Home runs 1 to 15 for left, 1 to 12 for right. Injury chances, both pitchers have an injury chance if they roll a 6-12. So we'll check both pitchers on 6-12. Stroman, not very good at holding runners at all. He is a +6. So even the -1 from Wells will not stop him from being a +5. Waldron is a +2, and then you take the Campusano +1, he becomes a +3. Both catchers pass ball ratings of 2. All right, so I think that kind of sets the stage for this one. Game number 51. These are the first two teams to play their 11th out of 54 games. And lineup for the Padres, Xander Bogaerts is getting the day off as he has been struggling. So Jake Cronenworth is going to actually take the leadoff spot. And for the Yankees, Aaron Judge is injured for a few games, so he will be out of the lineup. And that means Grisham will be in center, and Soto and Stanton will be the two that they're going to be counting on for the power. All right, so I think we are now ready to get going. I do have the game up on the computer, as I usually do, to score it as I play it. Helps me keep on track as well. Make sure I know how many outs there are, and I don't make a mistake on not flipping a card, not having the right guy batting or whatever. So Marcus Stroman, on the 24 season, he was 10-9 with a 431 earned run average. On the replay, he has been struggling, to say the least. He's 0-1 with a 16.62 earned run average. He's only made it through 4 innings and 2 starts, giving up 9 hits. And amazingly, he has not walked or struck out anybody, but has only pitched 4 innings. So, I mean, he's been getting pounded pretty much, so he hasn't been around to walk or strike anybody out. So leading off would be Jake Cronenworth. He hit, on the real season, Cronenworth hit 241. On the replay, he's only hitting 192 in 26 at-bats, a home run and 2 runs batted in. So we're underway from Yankee Stadium, 5-7. And that's another base hit off of Stroman. Boy, he is just having all sorts of issues. Cronenworth, not much of a runner, so he will not be held. Brings up the left fielder, Jurickson Profar. He's really struggling. He's hitting $138 on the replay in 36 at-bats. No homers or runs driven in. He hit 280 real world. So he's definitely been on a struggling start. Stroman to switch hitter Profar. 1-8, and that's trouble for Stroman again. 1-9 is a home run. That's a 3. It's gone. Jurickson Profar just hits his first home run, gets his first 2 runs batted in of the replay. Look at it again. A 1-8 is going to be a home run 1-9, and that's a 3. So Jurickson Profar, a home run, and Marcus Stroman would like to start his whole season all over again. He has just been putrid. That ERA is going to skyrocket even further now. He's up to a 20.77 earned run average. That is pretty bad, I would say. Aaron Boone's going to stick with him, though. Here's Fernando Tatis. He's hitting 371 on the replay. 2 homers, 7 driven in. He hit 276 real world. Of course, it's only, 10 games, 11 games. This is the 11th game, so not a lot of sample size. 3-4, and that's a fly ball to right field. And finally, Stroman is able to record an out. That will lower his ERA below 20 temporarily. Here's Manny Machado, third baseman. He's hitting 300 even on the replay in 40 at-bats. 3 homers, 9 driven in. It's a 6-7, and that's a single off of Marcus Stroman again. Another base hit allowed. And Machado might be looking to get a lead here. Needs a 5 to get that lead. Does not get it, but that's a 1. He could be picked off. His secondary lead number is only a 6. So he will get picked off unless they roll a 6 or less here. And Stroman picks him off. You like that? Stroman picks off Machado for out number 2. That'll bring up the designated hitter, David Peralta. He's hitting .235 on the replay. No homers or runs driven in. 1-2, and that's a ballpark blast. Yankee Stadium's 1-15, and that's gone. Peralta takes it deep. 1-2 is a ballpark blast. Yankee Stadium 1-15, and that's a 9. Peralta will go deep. It's a solo shot. Makes it a 3-0 ball game for Peralta. That'll be his first home run. Look at something here real quick and make sure I didn't mess something up. Hope I didn't put these guys. No. So I got to figure out what happened to Peralta's at bat. Oh, I had Machado getting picked off. What happened was I must have put in a pop out instead of a pick off. That's exactly what I did. So let me fix that real quick. Good thing the undo button is there. The undo button is your friend. At least it's my friend. So that's the second out. And now Peralta will hit the home run. Solo shot. And it's now 3-0 San Diego. That'll bring up Jackson Merrill. Hey, Joel. How you doing? Merrill hitting .235 on the replay. No homers or runs driven in. That's a 5-6, and that's a 1 for a triple. Anything else to be a single. So they're still knocking Stroman from pillar to post here. Merrill is aboard, and he's looking to get the lead. Hello, Ben. Needs a 7. Doesn't get it. He'll hold. Here's Ha-Seong Kim. He's struggling at 188 on the replay. No homers, 6 driven in. 6-9. Struck him out. So Stroman gets a strikeout there to end the inning, but the Padres put 3 on the board on a couple of home runs. And we go to the bottom of the first. It is Padres 3 and Yankees coming to bat. And Matt Waldron will lead things off on the mound for the Padres. 7-11, 4.91 ERA in 26 starts. So he should be expecting to get either 8 or 9 starts in this replay since everything's cut down by a third. This is his second start of the season. Gleyber Torres is going to be your batter. Waldron on the replay is no wins or losses. He's had 1 start. Gave up, looks like he gave up 1 run in 6 innings of pitching. So the 1.50 ERA, I think that's what it is. 5 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. But he's got in 6 innings, he's got a 1.50 ERA. So I'm not sure if that equates to 1 run or I'm not going to do the math and worry about it right now. All right, so leading off is Gleyber Torres in 44 at-bats. He's hitting .295, a homer, and 6 driven in. Yankees got the work cut out for him. 2-7, that's a fly to center. That's out number 1. 1 away, and that's going to take us to Anthony Volpe, the shortstop. Volpe hitting .237, a homer, and 5 driven in. 4-7. That's a single 1-14. That's an 11. So Volpe gets himself a 1-out single. And we'll see if he's looking to run. Waldron is a +3 combination with the catcher. So he's going to go, or at least he's going to attempt to lead, I should say. Needs a 2 through 5. Does not get it, but that's a 2. Chance that Waldron will balk. His balk rating is a 2. And there's no balk there, but Volpe can now no longer establish a good lead. He will have to hold. And here's Juan Soto. Soto hitting .314 on the replay, 3 homers, 7 driven in. 4-2, and that's a ballpark blast for Soto, and that's gone. 1-15, and that's a 9. Juan Soto, a 2-run home run, his 4th of the season. Yankee Stadium, very homer friendly. Home run number 4, RBIs 8 and 9. Here in game number 11 for Soto. It's a 2-run shot, and all of a sudden it's a 3-2 ball game. Just that quickly. And here's Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo hitting .161 on the replay. No homers, 3 driven in. 1-9, and that's a home run 1-10, but that's a 13, so he'll settle with the double. Settle in air quotes with the double there. So neither pitcher looks like they're going to hang around very long in this one. Could be a bullpen game all the way. Here's Giancarlo Stanton hitting 265 on the replay. 2 homers, 7 driven in. 4-7, and that's a 1-14 single. That's a 20. He's going to line it to third. Snagged by Machado for out number 2. 2 down, and now we got a clutch situation for Anthony Verdugo. And see what Verdugo will do in the clutch. He loses a hit on 112 and 2-9. So 2 different places he will lose a hit in the clutch. That's a 4-7. And that's going to be a 1-16 single. It's only a 1-star single, though, so Rizzo will stop at the third base. Runners on the corners. Verdugo, no threat to run, will not be held. And here's the catcher, Austin Wells, in another clutch situation for Wells. He will gain a hit on 1-4, and that's going to be it. Everything else is neutral. 3-7, and that's a 1 for a double. Anything else is a single 2 stars. That's a single 2 stars. That will tie this ball game as Rizzo comes in to score. Going to third is Verdugo. RBI single from Austin Wells. And just that quickly, we're tied at 3 apiece. Brings up the number 8 hitter, Oswaldo Cabrera. Switch hitter, Cabrera hitting 333, 7 out of 21, 2 homers and 4 driven in. It's a 4-5, switch hitter batting left. That's a fly to right, and that's going to end the inning. But both teams put 3 on the board here in the first inning. And at the end of 1, we're tied at 3. I think both managers were hoping the starters could at least go 5 innings, but that's in jeopardy. Here's Luis Camposano, the catcher for the Padres. He's hitting 231, no homers or runs driven in 13 at-bats. 6-11, 6-12 is the injury chance, so 6-11 is fine. 6-11 is a ground ball pitcher X. He is a 4E10, I should say. 4E10. 4-8. You would think he would get to that. 4 and an 8 is a G3. That's a 12. And he is an E10. E10. There is no 12. There's an 11 there, but no 10. So Stroman will make the play and record that first out. 1 away for the number 9 hitter, Tyler Wade, getting a rare start at second base since Bogarts is not. He's getting the game off, so they're going to have Tyler Wade hit. Wade is a 1 for 2 on the replay. One out of 2, hitting 500. That one hit was a double. 4-9, and that's a ground ball to second base. Gleyber Torres will put it away. Maybe Stroman can right the ship here and get a 1-2-3 inning. Here's Cronenworth. 3-8. And that's a line. All these hits in column 3, and he found the line out to Volpe at short. And it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Stroman. And we go to the bottom of the second, still 3-3. And now Waldron has to settle in and right the ship on his own. He's going to face number 9 hitter Trent Grisham. Grisham on the replay is hitless. He's 0 for 7. But he does have 2 runs batted in. 3-8, and he's going to ground it to first. Easy play for Cronenworth, 1 away. Takes to the bag himself. 1 down for Gleyber Torres. Torres flew to center his first chance. 5-9. He will strike out this time. First strikeout of the game for Waldron. And maybe now both starting pitchers are settling in after a rough first inning. Here's Anthony Volpe. Singled his first chance. 6-9, and that's a strikeout. So Waldron comes back and strikes out the last 2 he faces. And we go to the third, tied at 3. Here is Stroman back out. And Profar, Tatis, and Machado are your scheduled hitters, 2, 3, and 4. Profar had the 2-run homer his first time up. 1-9, and that's more trouble for Stroman. 1-12 is a double. That's going to be a double for Jurickson Profar. Leadoff double. Brings up Fernando Tatis. 1-3, and that's a split chance. Looks like it's going to be an automatic single because there's no numbers here, so I'm assuming that means it's an automatic single. So that's a single 1 star. Kind of unusual. Usually there's a split here, but on this card there's no split. It's just a straight out single. So basically, if you're playing advanced, he grounds out to third. If you're playing super advanced, he gets a single 1 star. I guess it's some sort of a drill down correction on his card or something. I don't know. But whatever the case is, he's there and he's going to try to get the lead. Needs a 4 or a 5. Does not get the lead, so he will hold. Brings up Manny Machado. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Yankees playing for the double play. That's a 2-5, and it's a strikeout. Big strikeout there for Stroman, and for Stroman, that's strikeout number 2. So now a double play will get him out of the inning. Here's Peralta. He hit a home run his first time up. Infield still back for that double play. 3-4. Split chance. 1-14 is a single, but that's a 19, so he lines it to second. Torres snags it, and there's 2 away. So now Stroman 1 batter away from getting out of the mess. But he's got to get by Jackson Merrill. Merrill in the clutch now, in the clutch situation. He is showing as completely neutral in the clutch. Stroman to Merrill, 2-7, and there's nothing neutral about this. 1-7 is a double. That's an 11 and single 2 stars, and that's an RBI single. Tatis will take third. Coming in to score the go-ahead run is Jurickson Profar, and the Padres lead it 4-3. Jackson Merrill, 2 for 2. Here's Ha-Seong Kim. Hello, Chuck. Good to see you. Ha-Seong Kim. 5-6, and that's more trouble. 1-7 is a double. That's a 12, single 2 stars. That will score Tatis, move Merrill to third. 2 runs are in. It's 5-3 Padres. Just when you thought that Marcus Stroman has settled in, all of a sudden now he runs into issues. Here's Campusano. See if Kim wants to try to get a lead. He does. 2-5 or a 12 will get him the lead. That's a 4. He's going to go. He got the lead. 19 being held to 17 plus 3 is a 20. So basically anything other than a 20, he's going to be safe. And it's a 19. He just barely got in there by the skin of his teeth. 19 minus 2 is a 17 plus the 3 is a 20. The 19, that's the closest you're going to get to getting out without getting out. So stolen base for Ha-Seong Kim. Puts 2 runners on now for Campusano with 2 outs. In the clutch, Campusano will gain a hit on 1-5. Six, 4. Ground ball shortstop X. And that's going to be Mr. Volpe. He's a 1 E16, so we know he's going to get to it with a 1. We're just checking the E16 as a shortstop. E16, he's got to avoid 14 and 17. That's it. That simple. And he does. So Volpe will make the play to end the inning, but 2 runs come in for the Padres. They take a 5-3 lead here in New York. So Matt Waldron comes back out. He's got a 2-run lead to work with. He's going to face Juan Soto. Ben for the Padres. Whoa, wait a minute, Ben. How'd you get in here with 2 names? That's weird. Ooh, that's really weird. Hope it's not a split personality kind of thing. All right, here's Juan Soto. Okay, cool. Very good. All right, here's Juan Soto. It was freaking me out there for a second, though. 4-7, and that's a 1-16 for a single. That's a 20. He's going to line it to second. I still don't know why it shows up like that. I don't know if I hit something in my settings to cause that. I didn't purposely go out and make that happen. Something behind the scenes is making that happen. And if somebody can tell me how to fix it, I'll be more than happy to fix it. There's Rizzo, 6-11. Again, 6-12 is the entry check. 6-11 is a ballpark single, 1-3. That's a 1. Double dies a 1, so Rizzo catches a break. Gets the base hit. I am not technically savvy by any means, so as far as something on the computer, somebody's got to really explain it to me to get me to figure it out. Here is Stanton. 4-7. It's 1-14 single. That's an 11, so that's going to be a base hit. First and second now, with only one out, and the tying runs are on base. And that'll bring up Verdugo. Not much speed on the bases, though. Rizzo runs at a 9, Stanton runs at an 8, so it's going to take something to get them home. 3-7, and that is a fly ball center field B, but there's no way in the world you're sending Rizzo. Merrill's even a -1 arm, so yeah, you're looking at a 1-10, 50-50 chance, and there's no sense sending him on that situation there. 2 outs. And here's Austin Wells. Clutch situation for Wells. He gains a hit on the 1-4. That's a 1-6, but he'll draw the walk. That'll keep the inning going and load the bases. So Wells with the walk loads the bases now for Oswaldo Cabrera. Almost said Orlando Cabrera. Oswaldo Cabrera, the third baseman. Clutch situation with the bases loaded. Cabrera will gain a hit on 1-3. Everywhere else he is neutral. It's a 6-5, switch your batting left, and that's an in-home run chance, 1-12. That's an 18. That's a double for Cabrera, and that's at least going to tie the game. It might give him the lead. We know Rizzo and Stanton are going to score on the double. Wells runs at an 11, not being held as a 12. 2 outs is a 14. The double goes to center as a -1 is a 13. So 1-13. 1-13, and they will score him. So they're going to send him. Since Cabrera's a 13 or higher, he would take third on the throw, but the Padres are not going to worry about that. They want to get the guy at the plate. So you're talking about a 1-13 to be safe. And he's in there. So it's a base clearing double for Oswaldo Cabrera, and he will take third on the throw. So the Yankees have reclaimed the lead. And this might be the beginning of the end for Mr. Waldron. There's Trent Grisham. 5-9, and that's a ground ball to second to end the inning. But 3 runs coming for the Yankees, and they take a 6-5 lead after 3. This might be the first one to 10 wins. Stroman back out now. Has been given a lead for the first time. He'll be facing number 9 hitter Tyler Wade. 5-2, fly ball to left, and that's hauled in out there by left fielder Verdugo. 1 away. And that will send us back to the top of the order for Jake Cronenworth. 1-5, and he's going to fly to right field. Soto makes the play. So maybe Stanton energized by that run support. He's looking to try to get a win. Here's Jurickson Profar. 2-9 for Profar. Struck him out. A 1-2-3 inning for Marcus Stroman. What got into him? 1-2-3 inning. Here's Waldron back out. Bullpen for the Padres is active because he's on the verge of coming out of this game. So looking at the Padre bullpen, they do have Johnny Brito, a right-hander, loosening in their bullpen. Brito was 1-2 with a 4.12 ERA, no save. So Johnny Brito, his fatigue is a 2. So Johnny Brito loosening in the bullpen. Torres, who's 0 for 2. 2-6, and that's a walk. Leadoff walks are usually trouble. Brings up Anthony Volpe. For 5, and that's a strikeout for Waldron. So he gets that one there. Strikeout number 3. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, number 3 on the game. And that brings up Juan Soto. All right, Ben, by your philosophy, that means he should get shelled in the 5th inning. Here's Soto, 1-5. 1-5 is a walk. That's going to put 2 on now. Both walks in the inning. 3rd walk issued by Waldron. Runners are at... wait a minute, what went on here? All right, we have a Torres walk. Did I not? Let me just make sure I've got everything where it's supposed to be on the computer, because sometimes I need to make sure that we're straight on the computer and it matches my score sheet. It does not. So, for some reason I gave Profar a walk instead of a strikeout, so I don't know what happened there. So we gotta go back and thank goodness for the undo button once again. Comes to the rescue. Most definitely. So it was actually Profar who struck out to end the inning. And that means we'll have Tatis lead off the next inning. And now Torres walks here to start this inning. So now we're straight. And then Volpe struck out. And then Soto just walked. And now we're up to where we need to be for Anthony Rizzo. Hello, Robert. Good to see you. Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo's 2 for 2. 211, not anymore. Ground ball second base. Hey, that is a tailor-made 4-6-3 double play. And Joe's Tailor Shop donates $50 to the some cause. We hadn't figured out what cause they were going for yet. 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. So we are going now to the 5th inning for Marcus Stroman, and this is his fatigue inning, number 5. But he's holding a 6-5 lead. He's going to be facing Tatis. Yeah, it's supposed to get down, Chuck. It's supposed to get down to about 29 or 28 tonight, I think, and be really cold in the 40s tomorrow. But then by Wednesday, it's supposed to get back to more normal temperatures in the low 60s. All right, here's Tatis. 4-8, and that is a walk. And that's the first ding against Stroman. Tatis looking to get the lead. He got picked off in the 1st inning trying it. No, that was Soto Machado got picked off rather. So Tatis going to try it, a 4 or a 5. That's a 5. He gets the lead. 18. Being held to 16. But then the +5 makes it a 21. So obviously 19 most you can have. Wells has a T10 throw rating. So that would be dangerous. If you throw through and you roll a 1, 2, or 3, it's possible that that you throw this ball away. So we're just going to say he steals that off the pitcher. It was such a big jump that there was no throw made by Wells. He's just going to eat the ball. And now here is Machado now. 2-8 for Machado. Ground ball back to the pitcher Stroman. And boy, that stolen base cost him a double play. But it does freeze the runner. Since it was hit back to the pitcher, the runner has to hold. And there is one away for Mr. Peralta. RGL, are we going to see some Batman Arkham or something in the next week or so? or some other game you might be wanting to bring out once in a blue moon? Here's Peralta. Peralta, 2-5 for Peralta, struck him out. That's strikeout number 4. Brings up Jackson Merrill in a clutch situation. Merrill is completely neutral, though, against Stroman. It's 1-6, and that's a single 2 stars, and that will tie this ball game at 6 apiece. We are all tied at 6. And that'll bring up Ha-Seong Kim. Yankee bullpen starting to stir a bit. Merrill, he's obviously looking to get the lead, needs a 7. Doesn't get it, so he will hold. Okay, yeah, rest your voice. That's no problem with that at all. 2-8, and as they pop out to second base to end the inning. But we are tied at 6 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. I think that's going to be all for Stroman. He's going to end up going 5 innings. And let's get the grand totals on him. Go to the computer for that. Go to the box score, get all the information on Stroman. 5 innings pitched, 10 hits, 6 runs, all earned. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. And a no decision. Unless the Yankees take the lead here, he could still get a win if they take the lead in this inning. Waldron is going to come back out. But Brito, who had been warming, sat down, is back up to warming up again. So he could be coming in very shortly. Here's Stanton. 2-7, and that's a walk. That's not what you want to do. Start walking, guys. That is the 4th walk for Waldron. And the go-ahead runs on base again. Here's Verdugo, the lefty. 2-7, and that's a 1-4 double. 15's a single 2 stars, and that's going to be it for Waldron. They can't go any further with him. They tried to extend him, but it's just not working out for him. So Johnny Brito will be coming on for the Padres to try to get out of the mess. As I said before, Brito 1-2 with a 4.12 ERA and no saves. So Johnny Brito coming on in a rough situation with runners on the corners and nobody out. Get the numbers on Brito on the replay. So far, Brito is 0-0 with no saves, a 6.23 earned run average. 4 innings pitched, 7 hits, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. So Austin Wells is your batter. Infield for the Padres is back for the double play. They need outs. The way this runs are going back and forth, they just want to give up 1 run, not 2 or 3. So they're back for the double play. 1-5, and that's a ground ball second base C. That will score the run. RBI ground out. That run is charged to Waldron. Verdugo will go to second base. And the Yankees now lead it 4-3. So now Stroman is in line to get the win, believe it or not. After pitching so poorly, he is the pitcher record for the winner. Unless the Padres come back and tie the game at some point. Here is Waldo Cabrera. 2-7 for Cabrera. Ground ball short. That's going to be out number 2. Runner has to hold. 2 down, and that brings up Grisham. Trent Grisham. Again, a clutch situation, and he is completely neutral in the clutch. 2-5 for Grisham, struck him out to end the inning. So gave RBI ground out, but all in all, Brito pitched pretty well. Close the book now on Waldron. We've played 5 innings. It's Yankees 7, Padres 6. And we'll go to the box score and get the final numbers on Waldron, who is the pitcher of record for the loss unless San Diego comes back to eventually tie the game. Waldron's going to go 4+, give up 9 hits and 7 runs, all earned. 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. And now the Yankees will need a new pitcher as well. Saturday game of the week for next year, I assume so. I mean, I don't know why I wouldn't. I just don't know what it'll be or what game engine or what season. Or if I'll do a selection show or if I'll just pick a season. I have no idea. Don't know. Haven't thought that far out in advance yet, but certainly I've done it for, 4 or 5 years in a row at least, so I don't want to break my streak. Let's see here. Who's coming in for the Yankees? We'll do up for the Padres. We got 2 lefties after Camposano, so they may be going to lefty Victor Gonzalez here. So Yankees will go to Victor Gonzalez, a left-hander. Victor Gonzalez, 2-1, 3.86 ERA and 2 saves. Victor Gonzalez. See what he can do. Bring him in on the computer. Get his replay stats. Gonzalez is 1-1, no saves, and an ERA of an even 3. Pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. And he'll be facing Luis Camposano to start the top of the 6th. 6-7, and that's a 1-3 single, or 1-2 single. That will instead be a ground out to first. Rizzo will take it unassisted for out number 1. And since we had a 6 on that roll, we'll double check and make sure it's not going to be an injury chance on Gonzalez. Gonzalez of the Yankees. He's in the extra pitchers, apparently. Gonzalez, where are you? There he is. He's a 1, so that means 6-12 is his injury chance. So 6-7 is definitely not anywhere close. Go to Tyler Wade, lefty on lefty matchup. 3-11 for Wade. He lines out to second base. That's out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. That brings up Cronenworth, first baseman. 3-12, and that's a foul out to the catcher Wells. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Victor Gonzalez. He does his 1 inning, and he's gone. This is 2024, and that's how they did it back in last year's season. Pitches his 1 inning, and when you talk about one and done, these are the ultimate one and dones right here. So, Johnny Brito will be coming back out. Brito retired all 3 he faced when he came in and pitched. His fatigue is a 2, so he's okay as far as pitching another inning. All right, so Gleyber Torres will lead off against Burrito. Still a 7-6 ball game. 4-7, and that's a single. Lead-off single for Torres. Torres no threat to run. He will not be held. And here comes Anthony Volpe. Normally I like to bunt here, but he's a D-bunter, so that would not be a wise decision. That's a 1-5, and that's a 1-2 single. Anything else he lines to short. That's a 3, so he lines it right to Kim at shortstop. 1 away. And that brings up Juan Soto. Brito to Soto. 4-9, and that's an in-home run chance, 1-13. That's a 15. It'll be a triple for Juan Soto. He had 4 of them in the real season. So an RBI triple from Soto. Yankees lead at 8-6. Look at it again, a 4-9 against a left-handed hitter. 1-13 is a home run, 14-20 is a single, and that's a 15. Now the infield will come in for Anthony Rizzo. (1-9), and that doesn't matter if they came in or not. Oops, 1-9's over here. That's a 1-10 home run. That's an 18. It's going to be a double. RBI double. And Brito might need some relief as he's given up 2 runs all of a sudden, and it's 9-6 favor of the Yankees. So here is Giancarlo Stanton. 5-7, and that's a single 2 stars, and I think that's going to be it for Brito. Brito just lost it all of a sudden, so he is going to be coming out of there. They'll bring in a left-hander to face the couple of left-handers that are coming up. But the Yankees now take a 10-6 lead over the Padres. Brito is going to go 1 1/3 innings. He's going to give up 4 hits. So far, 3 runs, but this is his responsibility as well. No walks and a strikeout. So the Padres will go their bullpen for a left-handed reliever, and it will be Wandy Peralta, a left-hander. 3-2, 3.99 ERA in real world with no saves. So Wandy Peralta will be coming on. Peralta. Get his numbers on the replay. As Brito was great the 1 inning, but then just didn't have it this inning for whatever reason. So Peralta is on the replay. Peralta is 0-0 with 1 save, 4 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. So Peralta now will face Verdugo with Stanton at first base not being held. .512. That's a ballpark blast. Verdugo has weak power, though. It's a 1-15. That's an 8, but he has weak power against lefties. So it'll be a single 2 stars. Yankees definitely have the hitting shoes on tonight. I'll bring up Austin Wells. Padres looking to turn the double play and get out of the inning. 5-9. Nope, it's a fly ball left field B. It's going to be a sacrifice fly to left field. And now we can close the book on Brito because that 4th run just scored to make it 11-6. 2 down for Cabrera. .6-3, switch hitter batting right-handed is a ballpark single check. It's only 1-3, so he will line it to short to end the inning. But that's a 4 spot, Abraham Lincoln 4-score inning. So the Yankees have put up at least 3 runs in 3 different innings. They have pounded out 11 runs on 14 hits through 6 innings. And they are pummeling the Padres by the score of 11-6. Well, not pummeling, but they're doing a pretty good job of taking them out, put it that way. Yankees need a new pitcher, though. So let's see coming up here for the Padres. Let's see who they want to go to. They're going to go to Ian Hamilton. On the regular season in 24, he was 0-1, 3.82 ERA and a save in 38 innings of pitching. So Hamilton will be facing Profar, Tatis, and Machado, trying to protect an 11-6 lead. So we'll bring him on in the computer and get his numbers, what he's done on the replay. Mr. Hamilton. On the replay, Hamilton's 0-1 with no save, a 4.91 earned run average, 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. That's a 3.11. He's a right-hander coming over here. 3.11's ballpark blast for Profar. It's a 1-15. That's gone. Jurickson Profar greets Ian Hamilton with a home run. Look at it again, 311. It's a ballpark blast, and friendly Yankee Stadium is going to provide Profar his second home run of the game. First two of the season. Cuts the lead to 11-7. Comes Fernando Tatis. 2-7, and that's 2-8 would have been a home run there, but 2-7 is a ground ball to short. One away. One down, and that brings up Machado. 4-4, and that is a catcher X, and that's going to be Wells. He's a 3-8. 3 and an 8. Haven't been many X chances in this game. 3 and an 8. It's going to be a pop out unless there's an error. That's an 11, and he is an E8. There is no 11. Nobody on base. It's just a pop out. That's out number 2. And that will send us to Peralta. 5-10. Ground ball shortstop X. That's Volpe. He's a 1. We know he's going to get to it. Only thing to worry about is the error chances. And on an E16, the only 2 error chances are 14 and 17. And that's not even close. So easy play for Volpe. Padres get a run, but that's it. Ian Hamilton's day is over, I should say. And Ron Marinaccio will be coming on to pitch for the Yankees in the next inning. Hamilton goes an inning, gives up the hit and the run, and that's it. So 7th inning stretch time. We will just keep going here. Hello, Dr. D. So Trent Grisham will lead it off against Peralta. Starts the bottom of the 7th. 1-8, and that's a single for Trent Grisham. Yankees pound out another hit. 16 hits now for the Yankees. I'm sorry, 15 hits with 11 runs. And we're only in the bottom of the 7th. Here's Torres against Peralta. 6-8. That is a fly ball to center field. One away. Brings up Volpe. 5-7, and that's a ground ball shortstop A. It's going to be a tailor-made 6-4-3 double play. Joe's Tailor Shop. Another $50 donation to the some sort of fund. It's a Joe fund. It used to be a Jimmy. I guess they had a Jimmy fund in Boston. We'll call it a Joey fund here in the Demolition League. That's it for Peralta. He's done. Peralta will actually go an inning and 2/3 of relief and did pretty well. Gave up 2 hits and no runs. And no walks, no strikeouts. So we played 7 here at Yankee Stadium. And now Ron Marinaccio will be coming out to start the 8th inning for the Yankees. Marinaccio 1-0, 3.86 ERA in 23 innings of pitching in real world Yankee pitching. And if you got a good sponsor name, I'm all for it. Just on the fly, I couldn't think of anything off the top of my head. But I just think that tailor-made double play should be sponsored by somebody. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right, so here's Marinaccio. And Marinaccio on the replay. 0-0 with no saves and a 6.75 earned run average. 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, facing Jackson Merrill to start the 8th inning. Yes, Chuck, 11 hits for San Diego, 15 hits for the Yankees. That's what I've got for them, 11 hits. And the 15 here for the Yankees. But here's Merrill. 412, and that's a ballpark blast off Marinaccio, 1-15, and that's gone. Jackson Merrill cranks a home run. He was 3 for 3, making 4 for 4. This one a home run cuts the lead to 11-8 for Jackson Merrill, his first home run of the replay. Now it's 11-8. Combined 19 runs and 27 hits so far. And as Ben says, 21 outs. Here's Hassan Kim. 1-5, and that's a triple. 1-7. That's a 2, so Kim will triple. Wow, Marinaccio, and that's a 4th triple for Kim. He's got more triples already in his 36 at bats than he had in 400 at bats in the real season. But he's got it on his card, so I'm going to give it to him. So now we have a total of 28 hits and only 27 outs. So you are now correct, Ben. We do have more hits than we have outs. And if the Padres can tie this game, it would take the win away from Marcus Stroman. Infield for the For the Yankees will be back, though. They still lead by 3, so they're going to try to avoid a bigger inning. Here's Campusano, 2-3, and that's a ground ball to third, plus injury. So it's a ground ball to third that actually will hold the runner because it went to the corners. So the run cannot score. And now there's a possible injury on Campusano. Campusano injury chance. Let's find out if he has to miss any time. That's on that 2-3 ground ball third base plus injury. And we're here to our battery injury. See what he has to do here. What awaits him. That's a 15. So that's a 5. So let's see how many bats did he have in the real world. He only had 277, so he's subject to the full injury here. So we do everything by a third. So that means he's going to miss 2 games. He will miss 2 games. So they'll have to call up another catcher. So they have a backup for Higashioka. So Campusano out 2 games. And Higashioka will have to take over in this game as the new catcher. But going forward for the next couple of games, the Padres will need a backup catcher. Don't want to play with just one catcher. That would be kind of dangerous. So he's going to catch in the 8th inning, Will Higashioka. And Campusano is out of there. That'll bring up Tyler Wade. Infield again is back. Marinaccio to Wade. 4-7, and that's a walk. Wade will draw the walk. And Marinaccio is a +9 hold rating, so that's going to make that very tempting to steal. But do the Yankees go to their bullpen again? I think they're going to have to. They will go to their other left-hander, Caleb Ferguson. So Caleb Ferguson will be coming on. Left-hander. He's a -4 hold. Makes him a -5. Marinaccio is going to go a third of an inning. Give up 2 hits, a run and a walk and a strikeout, and no strikeouts, but he is responsible for these 2 runners. So Tyler Wade, see if he can get a lead here. He needs a 5 or a 6. Does not get the lead. He will hold. And here's Jake Cronenworth. Cronenworth now. Infield back for the double play. Let's get the numbers on the lefty, Caleb Ferguson, on the replay. Real world, Ferguson was 1-4, 4.64 ERA and a save. He would later get traded to Houston. But he's with the Yankees right now. And on the replays, 1-0 with no saves and a 1.23 earned run average. 7 innings pitched, only 3 hits allowed, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. He's done very well for himself. So Cronenworth is up, runners on the corners, and 1 out, 1 in. Infield looking for the double play. 3-10. They won't get it here. That's a 1-12 double. That's a 15. It's a single, 2 stars. That will score Kim from third on the triple after he tripled, and Wade will go to third. And all of a sudden, it is now an 11-9 game as 2 runs have come in. Tying runs are on base for Jurickson Profar. And Marcus Stroman's sweating out trying to get this win. Cronenworth, let's see, is he going to try? No, he's not. No chance of him trying to steal. Here's Profar again, the infield back for the double play. 3-4, and and they get that double play right there. 5-4-3 around the horn. It's not tailor-made, it's around the horn double play. Maybe you can find some sponsor for an around the horn double play too. I don't know. That could be sponsored by all kinds of things. But 2 runs come in, and they are charged to Marinaccio. Ferguson gets out of it, and they'll go to the 9th and go to their closer in the 9th. So Ferguson's going to pitch 2/3 of an inning, and he's going to give up 1 hit, nothing else. That double play took care of business. So coming in the 9th inning for the Yankees will be their closer, Clay Holmes, who ironically turned into a starting pitcher with the Mets this past year. But he was a closer for the Yankees. He was 3-5, 3.14 ERA, and 30 saves. So he will be coming on to pitch the 9th inning for the Yankees, assuming it stays a save situation. Padres, though, will need a new pitcher, as Peralta was done there. So with who's coming up here, Soto, Rizzo, and Stanton, 2 lefties coming up. They're going to their lefty, Yuki Matsui, out of the bullpen. Yuki Matsui for the Padres. Matsui in the real season was 4-2, 3.73 ERA, and no saves. On the replay, he is 1-0, no saves, a 5.40 earned run average. 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. And he's going to be facing Juan Soto. 11-9, bottom of the 8th. Soto and Matsui is a -3 hold. Don't know if that's going to come into play or not. And the catcher is Higashioka, and his arm is -1, so that makes him a -4. All right. Matsui to Soto. 4-5, and that's going to be a ground ball shortstop X. We're looking at Kim. He's a 2E16, I should say. 2 and a 13. He'll get to that. That's a 5. That's a rare play. So a 2 and a 13. Whoops, for the shortstop. Let's see here. 2 and a 13 is a G1, so I don't think there's anything rare on the rare play for a G1. At least not on my homebrew rare play book. With nobody on, somebody has to be on base for something weird to happen. So on a G1, it just says if a runner's on first, it talks about being a double play or not. So it's just a regular old ground out in this instance, since nobody was on base. 1 away, and that brings up Anthony Rizzo, followed by Stanton. 6-5, and that's a strikeout for Matsui. Strikes out Rizzo, and here comes Giancarlo Stanton. 4-9, and that's an in-home run chance, 1-10, and that's gone. And you hear the fire alarms going off in the background as the fire truck rolls down the street. But look at this, 4-9, in-home run chance, 1-10. That is a 10. And, of course, Stanton has normal power, so that's gone. It's now 12-9 Yankees. For Stanton, that is home run number 3 on the replay. Yankees now lead it 12-9. Here is Verdugo. Three, 7, and that's a walk. That's going to keep the inning going. Take us to Austin Wells. Wells. Sacrifice fly his last time up. 4-5, and this time it's a ground ball shortstop X. We're looking at Kim again, 2E16. 2 and a 10, he'll get to that. And an E16 and a 12. There's a 14 and a 17, but no 12. So good play to end the inning. But the insurance run comes in for the Yankees. There's got to be a way we can have Jake from State Farm sponsor the insurance run, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe Flo or somebody. Or maybe Mayhem. Since it's the Demolition League, we ought to have Mayhem. It ought to be done by Allstate and Mayhem. Maybe they should be sponsoring the insurance run. So for Matsui, he goes 1 inning, gives up 1 hit and 1 run, a walk and a strikeout. And now we go to and fire trucks. It must be a 2-alarm fire somewhere. Second one's been going down the street. So it's going to be coming up for the Padres, their last hurrah. It's going to be Tatis, Machado, and Peralta. Pretty good guys to have up there against Clay Holmes. Clay Holmes on the replay. Let's get his numbers on the replay for Clay Holmes. Well, first of all, let's get his real numbers. 3-5, 3.14 ERA, and 30 saves. And on the replay, he is 0-0 with a save, 4.50 earned run average. He's only pitched 2 innings. The Yankees have either been losing or way ahead in a lot of their games. 2 innings pitched, 4 hits, no walks, and a strikeout. So Tatis is your first chance for the Padres. 6-8. We'll make sure that's not an injury chance on Holmes. I don't think it is. Not if he's got 30 saves. He would have had a lot more, probably 6-12, I imagine, these injury chances. Holmes, 6-12 is his injury chance. So 6-8 is just fine. 6-8, though, is not fine for his result. 1-5 is a double. 6-20 is a single, so it's a single. Leadoff single for Tatis. And in this game now, that is hit number 31. 16 hits for the Yankees, 15 for the Padres. So we have 21 runs and 31 hits to this point. Here is Machado. Tatis not going to try to steal a base or anything. It's a 3-10 for Machado, and that's a ballpark blast. On a 3-10, it's a 1-12, but that's a 15. If he was a lefty, it'd be a home run. But as a righty, it's just a deep fly to left, and Machado is out of there. 1 away, and that brings up Peralta. 1 chance for a wild pitch. Well, he's a wild pitch. It's a 14 for Holmes. That's an 18. No wild pitch. It's nice having the wild pitches on the cards instead of the 87 set that doesn't have it. There's Peralta, 111. And that's a ballpark blast for Peralta, 1-15, but that's an 18. So all of a sudden, the Padres getting the raw end of the deal. Look at it again. 111 was a home run, ballpark home run chance, 1-15. The double die's an 18. So the double die just cost them 2 home runs back to back that could have tied this game. So last chance is Jackson Merrill. For 6, and that's a fly to right, and that's your ball game. Yankees hold on and win it over the Padres to improve to 5-6, and will drop the Padres to 5-6. Holmes gets his second save. He goes an inning, gives up a hit, but nothing else. And we'll finish this off on the computer and get the wrap up for all the stats and whatnot from the box score. So Marcus Stroman gets his first win. He improves to 1-1. His ERA is now 13.50. It was over 20 at one point. Now it's 13.50. Waldron takes the loss. He is now 0-1. His ERA ballooned to 7.20. And, of course, Holmes with his second save. Player of the game, boy, there's a whole different guys you can give it to. Rizzo was 3 for 5. Stanton was 3 for 4. Verdugo was 3 for 4. Merrill, in the losing calls for the Padres, was 4 for 5. Profar was 3 for 5. So there's all kinds of guys you could have given it to. Left on base, the Padres left on 6. Yankees left on 7. So final line score for the Yankees, 12 runs, 16 hits, and no errors. For the Padres, 9 runs, 15 hits, and no errors. So both teams dropped to 5 and 6 on the replay, which is going to put them now, with this update, it's going to put them 3.5 games back of the Minnesota Twins, who are in first place at 8-2. So look at the next game for tomorrow night on the schedule. Let's see who we're looking at here. It appears we are looking at Minnesota. Possibly. Looks like it's going to be the Twins and the Marlins from Home Depot Park, or whatever they call that park in Miami these days. It changes names so many times. But it will be the Twins and the Marlins tomorrow night in the Demolition League, game number 52. Twins at the Marlins. Twins in first place at 8-2, and the Marlins in last place, sitting at 3-7. So they're sitting at 2-8, polar opposites of Minnesota, who are at 8-2. So 8-2 Minnesota against 2-8 Miami. That'll be the game tomorrow night. For here, Yankees hold out and fight off the Padres and fight off a couple of D20 rolls, which were very, very close to be home runs. So the dice were going their way, and they were able to prevail to improve to 5 and 6 on the season. And for the Padres, they will have to go to the minor leagues and get a catcher, as Campusano is going to miss the next 2 games. So we'll figure out who their new catcher is going to be. Got to go to the minor leagues to figure that one out. But they'll find somebody, I'm sure, that can play. That can be a backup. I'm sure they had several backup catchers, so just not sure who they were without looking at their minor leagues. So that's going to do it from here. Hope you all enjoyed that presentation of the Demolition League. Stratomatic. Yankees win, the Yankees win. Tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock roughly, we'll be in Cleveland for the 1987 American League game of the day for May 31st. Second game on the May 31st docket, game number 326 on the replay. Juan 19th Nieves breakdown against Greg Swindell, the Brewers and the Tribe from Cleveland. That'll be tomorrow morning at roughly 9 o'clock Eastern. So until next time, hope you all have a wonderful Monday night, whatever you have planned, watching football or whatever you plan on doing. But until then, hope you enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.